The top story, of course, 3 new confirmed cases in Victoria of coronavirus, bringing the state's total to 18. Gabriella Powers in Melbourne. Gab, we just heard from the Premier a little while ago who says it's important that Victoria and the state and the Victorians get on the front foot to stop the spread of COVID-19.
That's right. The Premier has just had a mammoth 3.5-hour meeting with health officials planning for a pandemic. He says that it will get to the point where the Victorian government will be asking the public to do things that has never been asked of them before. He says that it will get to a point where all schools will be closed, entire workforces will require their staff to work from home, and major sporting events will be cancelled. Now, he says this is not happening tomorrow, it's not happening next week. The F1 is still going ahead, but this is what they are planning for, and they are getting the best medical advice. He says that this is a bit like the bushfires and it is a crisis that we can all get through together.
We are going to reach a phase where there will be such significant transmission of this virus between Victorians, unrelated to overseas travel, unrelated to the phase we're in now, that we will need to take extreme measures. We will need to ask Victorians to do things that we have never asked them to do before.
I'm here at the Royal Melbourne Hospital, and as you can see behind me, there is a long line of people waiting to get tested for COVID-19. This is one of 7 clinics in Melbourne where you can get tested for coronavirus, and each clinic is testing about 120 people each day. Now, the Victorian Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sutton, says that a pandemic is inevitable.
I've also been frank and blunt in my assessments in terms of a pandemic really being inevitable, and the measures that we can take to really flatten the curve, because that's what we're talking about here, decreasing the peak of the outbreak, protecting people who will be critically unwell and who'll die from a really significant spike in cases. Social distancing measures are the key to that.
We are being reminded to stop panic buying. Authorities say that there are enough supplies to go around for everyone.
And Gab, just behind you there, you've got those, just talk us through the images of what we're seeing behind you. A major line of people basically waiting to be tested, yep?
Kieran, it's quite eerie. There's a long line of people. They're wearing face masks and they've just been moved here kind of off the road. But before, they were just outside the Royal Melbourne Hospital, and it's been going. I got here about 2:30 this afternoon, and it looks like I can see maybe just under 100 people. So they've been queuing up for quite a while. But as I said, this is one of the 7 clinics in Melbourne where you can get tested for COVID-19.
Yeah, let's hope that line moves quickly. Thanks, Gab.